Hi, I'm Dosia McKay. I compose music for concert, stage, film, and modern dance. Welcome to my studio. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I don't have anything scripted. I don't really have a plan. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to say actually. But from time to time, I get questions from my followers about wanting to know what it's like to compose music, sort of the behind the scenes view. And now might be a good time to actually experiment with this video, and I don't know whether this is the best idea I've ever had or maybe the worst one, we'll see. But some of you know that I will be recording a new album of my music, which will be focusing on the music I have written for string quartet. And I'm very excited that I'll be recording the album at the end of February in Poland with a really fine ensemble called Quartet. And I have 6 solid pieces that are going to be included in the album, and I have to write just one more. So here I am. It's the end of December, and I have scheduled about 4 weeks for writing this brand new string quartet. I have no idea what it's going to be, and here I am, day 1 of composing music. So what it's like for me. I think a lot of people have the idea of a composer suddenly being inspired and having maybe even taking the dictation from the guiding force or some kind of outside entity. I wish that it was the case for me. I would be very happy to just sit down and take the dictation and then present the composition to the world, but it doesn't quite happen this way. So this is day 1, and this is actually very intimidating position to be in. And of course I have done it before. I have written quite a few compositions before, so I am not exactly in a panic mode because I know the emotional process, I know what's going to happen, I know what to expect, but still it's a bit scary because I have no idea what I'm going to write. The only thing I know is that I sort of know what I want the music to be about, but I don't hear any melodies in my mind yet. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't have the shape of music. It's just a very general sort of feel, and I want to tell you about what I feel right now, and maybe in a few weeks I can come back and do a follow-up video and see whether what I'm hearing or imagining right now, whether it came to pass. The pieces that I'm going to record on my album will be varied as far as their emotional impact. I have a couple of pieces that are going to be a little bit crazy, schizophrenic, so to speak. I have one piece that is going to be very beautiful and tender and hesitant and restrained yet beautiful and colorful, and a couple of other pieces that I could describe to you, but I think what I need as far as this one final piece for the album is something that would be very restrained. I'm imagining right now, I think about painting or maybe a photograph. When you have a sunrise, you have layers of colors and they seep one into another, and the sunrise evolves very slowly and it's almost imperceptible, and yet you do feel that change of scenery. You feel that change of saturation in the color, and this is something that I would like to do with this piece, and that's that's sort of my conundrum, is how do I translate this idea into audible sound? I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. I just want this piece to be very static and sort of start to melt, or just start to imperceptibly transform, just sort of like, I'm thinking about it almost like I'm having a piece of candy in my mouth and it begins to melt. And what if the candy has maybe several layers, and the taste changes as the candy melts, and then you experience different sensations, but nothing profound or nothing huge happens. It's just sort of this unfolding, this melting. I have no idea how I'm going to write it. I have no idea how I'm going to execute it. The only thing that comes to my mind is I'll probably employ some glissandos. Maybe 3 instruments will hold their pitches, and I'll have the 4th instrument just slowly doing the gliss for the chords to maybe open up a little bit on one end. I have no idea. Just no. Kill me. I don't know what I'm going to do. The other thing I would like to do, and again, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I would like to combine this piece with electronic soundscape. And it's not going to include any pitches, but I'm thinking more about noise, so that I can create a noise soundscape that could complement, just sort of be in the background of the string quartet. And I wonder how that could play together. So here I am with very intangible ideas. I have nothing on paper. My loose sheets here of staff music. This is my quartet. See, there is nothing written, no clefs, no sketches, no shape, nothing. And I think I'll probably begin with my composition notebook. See, graph composition. It's for composition, actually. Well, no, it's not. It's just my regular notebook, which has the what do you call them, squares, or I don't know. I love squares. I don't like the lines. I always like the notebooks with the squares. But so yeah, basically this is my new quartet. I have no sketches, nothing. I guess I can just maybe write horizontal lines and just say that something will happen with those lines, and they will sort of intertwine, and I don't know. So this is very intimidating and exciting at the same time. One thing that excites me about composition is the challenge, the idea, and I know this is true not just for composing of music, but for other arts, for visual arts, for choreography, film, writing of novels, anything, where you start from a blank page. The idea that you create something out of nothing. This is the excitement and the privilege, I think, to be an artist and to see how things are born out of nothing, out of maybe a sliver of an idea. I often think about the gift of creativity, and when you read the book of Genesis and you read that God creating something out of nothing, and God said, "Let there be light," and poof, and there was light. I always think about this process, let there be. I come to a blank page and I say, not that I compare myself to God, but to actually have the courage to persevere through the whiteness of the page and press on and to work hard and to listen to the voice. So this is day one of me writing the string quartet. I think what I'm going to do today is just sit quietly and listen to the silence. Silence is a wonderful healer, a wonderful equalizer and purifier of our thoughts. I think it's very important to be completely disconnected from the media, from TV, from music. And I really don't like listening to the music when I write a new piece. I like to be really disconnected, and a lot of times I find it even tiresome to talk to friends or to be social. I need to spend a lot of time by myself. So today definitely a quiet day, waiting to allow my mind to exercise the idea that I already have, and to see how my brain can come up with variations on the theme, so to speak. How I can start to imagine the sound, and I think that's a really exciting part of it. So I hope you will stick with me for the journey. I make no promises. Right now I'm envisioning doing another video, maybe a little bit down the road, to follow up on how I'm doing on this particular piece, to maybe shed a little bit more light on how far I have come and what new ideas I am working on. I'm not even sure whether this video is useful to anybody. I mainly would like to have a record of my thoughts of how the piece is developing and to see the progress. I hope you will find me on Facebook. Be sure to follow me, subscribe, find me on Twitter, find me at dosiamckay.com. Ask me questions if you want. I'll try to answer them, and stay in touch.